Regardless of our name, just remember that NewJeans never dies.
뉴진스가 아니더라도 뉴진스는 never die.
(2025) was a difficult year in ways many of us didn't expect. This year felt heavy in many ways. As fans, we spent months dealing with uncertainty, silence, rumors, and frustration. It wasn't just a hard year in general, it was emotionally exhausting. It often felt like we were constantly holding our breath, waiting for clarity, fairness, or even just good news that never fully came. There were long periods of silence, moments of disappointment, and a growing sense of helplessness that comes with loving something you can't fully protect. For NewJeans, 2025 was a year marked by obstacles, unfair treatment, and moments that should never have happened to a group so young, so loved, and so full of potential. This year was not defined by music releases, stages, or promotions. It was defined by endurance, by having their careers interrupted at a moment when everything should have been moving forward. By being placed in the middle of conflicts that had nothing to do with their talent, their effort, or their love for music. Watching that unfold was painful, because it felt undeserved. As fans, we were asked to be patient in a year that tested patience over and over again. We were asked to stay quiet when we wanted to speak, to stay hopeful when things felt unfair, and to keep believing even when the future looked uncertain. That kind of year changes the way you support an artist. It makes support deeper, quieter, and more meaningful. And only the real fans stayed. Hope had to be rebuilt again and again. And loving NewJeans this year meant learning how to support them without seeing them or hearing them. It meant staying when it would have been easier to move on. But we stayed. And what's most incredible is that NewJeans stayed in everyone's heart, even in absence. Despite releasing no new music in 2025, NewJeans never left the public's mind. People kept talking about them, referencing them, comparing new releases to them, and revisiting their past work. Their songs continued to chart, their performances continued to be watched, and their influence continued to define the concepts and formulas that followed. NewJeans stayed relevant because what they created before this year was powerful enough to last. Their music didn't belong to a single era. It became part of people's routines, emotions, and memories. Their songs were played on good days and bad days alike. When a group reaches that point, time without releases doesn't erase them. It highlights how much they're missed. Recently, the New York Times talked about NewJeans in an article and described them as the most innovative K-pop group of the past few years. And honestly, that statement alone already says a lot about the position they occupy in the industry. What makes this especially interesting is that this recognition didn't come during a loud comeback or a highly active year. Even in a period of pause, NewJeans continues to be framed as a defining force in K-pop. That shows their impact was never dependent on constant releases, but on something much deeper, their identity. Their music, visuals, choreography, and even the way they move as a group feel cohesive and intentional. Nothing feels random. You can see traces of their formula everywhere, in concepts that prioritize mood over shock value, in softer storytelling, in the way nostalgia and modernity coexist. They change the way K-pop feels, focusing on atmosphere, emotion, and cohesion, rather than excess. NewJeans isn't just part of the current K-pop scene, they've already left a mark. We love NewJeans not only for their sound, but for what they represent. There is something gentle and sincere about them that feels rare. Their music never tried to overwhelm, it invited. It felt youthful without being careless, emotional without being forced, simple without being shallow. NewJeans felt like a breath of fresh air. That is why this year hurt so much. Because something that brought comfort to so many people was taken away, or at least pushed aside. And yet, even through silence, the connection never broke. NewJeans is more than just a K-pop group to me. They are the reason music feels exciting again. Since discovering them, they've awakened a kind of love I had never felt as a fan before. One that goes beyond songs and performances and turns into comfort, connection, and belonging. Their music feels real, nostalgic, and timeless, capturing emotions that stay with you long after the song ends. Each member brings something unique, yet together, they create a harmony that feels rare and genuine. Through their artistry, sincerity, and the way they connect with fans, NewJeans has changed how I experience music and fandom, and no matter what the future holds, I'll continue to support and cherish them, because every step of their journey is one I'm happy to follow. This year was also important for me personally. Creating content, especially content centered around NewJeans, became a way to cope, to connect, and to feel less alone in this experience. I will continue to support NewJeans in 2026 and beyond, because support is not conditional. It doesn't exist only during comebacks, awards, or success. Real support exists in waiting, in trusting, and in believing that the story is not over, even when the chapter feels unfinished. I want to sincerely thank everyone who followed my channel this year. To everyone who watched my videos, left comments, shared them, or supported me in any way, thank you. Even during a quiet, uncertain, and difficult time, you stayed. You showed up with patience, kindness, and genuine care. Because of you, this space never felt empty. It felt warm, safe, and alive. You reminded me that creating, even when it's hard, is always worth it. I truly hope you'll stay with me in 2026. I hope we'll have better news to talk about. News that feels fair, hopeful, and long overdue. I hope we'll be able to celebrate new beginnings, new music, and moments that remind us why we held on for so long. I hope the future finally feels bright again. Not just in promise, but in reality. Until then, we wait together, with patience and trust. See you in 2026.